God. Sorry. I farted.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle. And don't worry, Mike is all right, Crawford. What's up, buddy?
What up, my guy? And yes, thank God I am okay.
Yeah.
How are you, my guy?
I'm good. I pissed on myself today, but we'll get to that in a minute. You got in a car accident.
I didn't get the car accident.
Oh, you got in a car on purpose? Well, I mean, I guess that's how every story starts when you wreck a vehicle. Okay, I'll let you go.
I feel like it was on purpose, man. Like, I don't know. She was kind of just being an asshole because she didn't see me. I hope she doesn't see this episode because she's pretty a nice lady on most occasions. And it's my neighbor, bro, so I can't.
Oh, no! You didn't tell me that. What happened?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened?
I live in a cul-de-sac, so, you know, I was at the stop sign to turn out of the cul-de-sac. She was from the main street turning into the cul-de-sac. And for some reason, our street is a two-way street. So she was on the far side of the street turning into the cul-de-sac, which means she would have been turning in on my driver's side of my door somehow. Because she said she didn't see me, turned on the inside to my passenger side where there was no room.
So she was making a left turn as you were making a left turn.
I wasn't turning, though. I was still. That's what I would have done if I had been going out.
Okay, so you were
planning to make a left turn.
Okay, so you were literally stopped at a stop sign.
That's it.
This lady went to turn in, did not see the car because she was cutting in too close, and then just jerked the wheel one way?
I don't have no clue how she didn't see me, Brendan.
I understand that, but I'm just trying to put it together. So it's like she was just making a left-hand turn in because she didn't have a stop sign, and she was cutting across the corner, but there was your vehicle there. Is that what happened?
No, it's not a corner. It's a cul-de-sac. So
I know what it is. Damn it, Mike. Hang on a second. You're stopped at a stop sign. This lady's going to make a left turn. She turned left before her spot and hit your vehicle.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Jesus Christ. I don't care if it was a cul-de-sac or on the side of a mountain.
Right turn. Like, I don't know why the fuck she did that because it's just her turning into the cul-de-sac, which means she's turning head on to me. So how do you not see me?
Because people driving into their own, the closer people get to their house, the less they pay attention because that's the route that they use so often. They're just like, oh, nobody turns out of the street. Bap, bap, bap. I'm jamming. It makes sense, even though it's not smart.
She's a fucking idiot.
Oh, so then you're just sitting in your car and you get whacked.
Whacked, right? Sitting in my car to turn and get whacked. And I tried to I wanted to move, but it happened so quick because I just wasn't expecting it. Like there's all this room on the other side of me. I'm definitely not expecting you to hit my car.
Yeah.
So it surprised the hell out of me. So I had to grab my composure before I got out because I realized it's my neighbor and she's a female and she's older and she doesn't barely speak English. So it's like, oh man.
You got to go from 11 to 2.
To 2. You know,
be like, it's okay. I know you're probably going to take care of this and this. So
I had to catch my breath, take a second before I got out the car.
Put the gun back under the seat.
Well, see, I was just getting in the car because I'm at the house, so the gun was actually in the passenger seat because I hadn't put it in the glove yet.
Come on,
so I actually
dude. You're not supposed to be rolling without it. Come on, you know better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I usually put it right in the glove, but I hadn't left my cul-de-sac yet, Brendan. I wasn't out of my cul-de-sac, sir.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to put the vehicle in drive until
It's in the glove. Okay, I get you. Understand.
I get it.
Respect.
I get it. It's like, most people usually take a sip of their coffee before they buckle their seatbelt. I mean, you don't drink coffee. It's okay. You got a different morning routine.
There you go. So yeah, I had to put it in the glove, and then I got out the car, and it was. I mean, like I said, she barely speaks English, so it was like. But it was a smooth conversation because we know each other. I'm pretty a nice neighbor around here. I speak to everybody when I see them, so everybody knows me or knows of me in a neighborly fashion anyway. So but then she got out of the car. Was like, yeah, should we call the cops? Because I don't know if it was your fault or mine.
No,
that was her initial comment, and I was like, huh? I'm like, I was sitting here at the stop sign. You turned in to me and hit me. It's no question whose fault it is. Let me get your insurance information. And then she was like, I went back in the car, looked for it. It's like, oh, okay, I don't have it. Then she went home, called her husband. And I guess he told her where it was at. And she called. I mean, she came and gave it to me. And once she gave it to me, I called him and put the claim in. And it was simple. I take it tomorrow to get fixed. So thank you. They've already called and took full responsibility. So good job, lady.
All right.
And there's no beef between us. But I'm still confused. All she kept saying is I didn't see you. And the only thing I could think is the sun, because it is getting nice here. Mm-hmm. The sun can be, you know what I'm saying? Like it can be blinding if you're turning right into it. But I honestly think she just wasn't paying attention. I believe she was on her phone because she had just ran. Because the Giants right up the well, you don't know because you never been in my house, not yet. But the Giants literally right up the street. You know what I'm saying? So she was probably just running to the store and running back. And as she turned back in, into home, like you said, paying less attention, not realizing there is someone at the stop sign. But it'll be fixed hopefully by Monday. And
all right, buddy boy.
But car accident, bro. I'm like,
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Her car was like, that thing's gonna be in the shop.
What kind of car is it?
Toyota Camry, red though. So I got a big red streak down the side of my car.
Oh, but the Fusion's got a racing stripe.
Her whole bumper was hanging. Her light was gone. I'm like. Like you just tore your car up.
Well, it's all plastic.
But the good thing is, if I'm not mistaken, she only has to pay one deductible, right? It's one insurance, or are they gonna make it two separate claims and make her pay it twice?
I don't know. It should just be one big claim, and they have to the insurance will have to pay multiple shops if the vehicles go to different places, but usually they take care of the whole thing, and then her premium goes up and blah blah blah.
She'll get both cars fixed for $500,000, whatever her deductible is. She'll go up. It'll go up next month, but it's okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're okay.
Yeah.
Did you happen to get so scared that you urinated yourself?
No, but 3 days before that, I almost shot at myself because I thought it was a fart. Oh,
yeah. So okay, wait, whoa. So did it go to the point where you got surprised and clenched, and then you caught it before it hit your drawers, but you had to go wipe?
No. I had to go poop. I had to go.
I know, but there was spillage. It just didn't get on any fabric.
Yeah, no fabric. Okay. I looked. I was like, oh, do I got poop in my pants? Nah. I was like, yes. Because I would have had to, that's disgusting. And I would have had to throw those underwear out and take a whole shower.
Oh,
and
my
I was in the midst of going to go out and make some money, bro. So I hopped in the car, was headed to the store, and someone said, oh, no, we're not doing no shopping today. And I said, okay, no shopping today, my friend.
Man, dude.
And took my ass back home, bro.
It's about to get gross, probably, but yeah, there's been a lot of weird body stuff happening lately. Even just today, I peed on myself today.
So did you pee on yours? Was it a full urination?
Here's what happened. So I was in the middle of exercising, had to go to the bathroom, go pee, and then I'm at the tail end of my piss, and usually I hit the little chode button, boop, right behind the balls to make sure you get a little clean out. But the phone rang. Here's the thing. I know it's my wife because I talked to her like 20 minutes before, 30 minutes before. I was like, you know what? Don't even bother calling back because I'm going to be busy, so we'll just talk later. I know it's my wife. But I still am at the tail end of my piss, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm done. And I go to turn away, and it did that little thing where it's like you turn off the hose, and then it's just still kind of coming out, and you're like, well, hey, how are you? So it just kind of like, but it was like a decent amount, so it just kind of like leaked out like somebody's pouring iced tea on my drawers. I'm like, oh. And that was the thing about it, is normally you poke your pecker out of the little hole in the front of the undies. But I was wearing exercise pants, so I had to I just pulled down my underwear with my pants like a child, and it just went on. So then I had to change and finish my workout. So then I go at all this stuff, I get in the shower, and I go and I'm washing thoroughly because I like to be as clean as possible because I'm a disgusting person. And I found my first toilet paper dingleberry. I'm like, wait, what is this? Do I have like a legit? And then I'm like, that's white crumple. Oh, no, I'm officially that gross old guy. No.
Your first toilet paper dingleberry?
That I've noticed. I'm sure I've had them before, but I was like, oh, that's such a bummer, man. I was just always like, as a kid, like, that'll never happen to me. You know, some people are like, I'll never get married. I was like, I'm never going to have a fucking toilet paper dingleberry.
You use wet wipes, you won't have toilet paper dingleberry.
I also have a bidet. That just goes to show you how aggressive my asshole hair is. I got to trim that shit down.
Clearly, you're trying to, like, rub some skin off there, buddy.
Gosh. Like, it's just, I don't know. I got to be clean. Clean assholes are important.
My asshole is pretty clean, bro.
I mean,
and I don't rub skin off my shit.
You would think they are, but okay, here's the trifecta of the disgusting bodily fluids of the day. Functions, anyway. Like, my farts are so gross today that I won't even fart in the car by myself. That's how disgusting it is. I'm like, no, not with the windows down. We're not doing this in any contained area whatsoever.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, because I'm going to put the windows down immediately. But if it was cold outside, I wouldn't either, because
my air conditioning was on today. That's not it. It was just like, it was that foul. It was that foul. Like, I don't know. I've gone on these runs before. This happened one time. I cleared out a basketball court. An indoor court at a high school gym when I was in a church basketball league. Cleared out the court during warm-ups. Everybody walked out the building.
That's a stinky ass fart, bro. That's a nasty ass fart, bro.
Oh, your early 20s. You know, I don't know what kind of garbage was in my system that day. But I know what kind of garbage was in it last night. It was Panda Express. Because my kid's school had a fundraiser, so it was through Panda Express. And I was just like, oh, I've been trying to eat better. So it was like when you put just straight beautiful MSG in your body, it's just gross. Then I've also been eating a lot of eggs because I'm trying to eat leaner and healthier. And so that combination just is dastardly. Like, I could not stomach myself in the vehicle. I'm like, we have to do these outdoors for a while until we get the system cleaned out.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely disgusting, sir. Not gonna lie to you. That sounds nasty.
It is. And I'm on a shit cycle with my 3-year-old. Like, almost identical times. Like, every day before he gets in a bath, we go to the bathroom, okay? It's 99% of the time pee. Like, hey, we just got to pee, maintenance before we get in a bath. I always ask, do you got to go number 2? 99% of the time the answer is no. 99% of the time this fool jumps out. So I'm like, okay. This happened the other day. I'm like, all right, dude, you need to go to the bathroom? You need to go to number 2? He's like, nope. Okay, good. Get in the bath. I literally walk from the bathroom to my bathroom so I can handle my business. I'm like, cool. Like, this is the most convenient time to go because I have the most I might actually have 3 whole minutes here. Nope. This kid waits 45 seconds into me warming that toilet up, and then, Daddy, I gotta go. I'm like, no. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, do a super quick job on myself, run to the bathroom, stick him on the toilet, run back to my bathroom, throw on the bidet, clean myself, run back to him, wipe him up, get him in the bath. I'm like, now we gotta clean you. Now we gotta shower you. This kid poops the same time as me all the time. And I think he's just holding it to mess with me.
He might be.
This kid is diabolical.
At the same time as his dad.
No. I don't think that's how that works. I think he waits until he hears that door close and he's like, okay, I'm going to ruin his day. Like, I can't have gummy bears today,
Hey,
Dad?
man,
I'll see about that.
If that's the way you go about it, calm man. I respect your game, dog. I respect it, bro.
This kid's going to ruin so many people's lives with psychological warfare. It's just not good. But that being considered, he's like the most adorable little baby. He's almost 4. So let me ask you something.
Oh, it's almost school time.
It is. Well, he does like not pre-K, but kind of pre-K, like daycare, school structured, weird hybrid type thing. But let me ask you something, because I still kiss him on the lips. At what age is it inappropriate to kiss your son on the lips, do you think?
When you gotta drop him off at actual school, sir, he's not gonna want to kiss you on the lips at 6.
Yeah. But what if he does?
Then you kiss your son. What the fuck? Fuck these people.
What if it's like 13?
Yo, Coco like breastfeeds her daughter at like
Okay.
8. Like,
Listen.
like chill.
Breastfeed. Hey, I had breast milk when I was like, I don't know, 10 or something like that. Like my mom had a younger sibling, and I was like, "What's that in the fridge?" She's like, "Breast milk." I'm like, "Can I have some?" She's like, "Sure." I'm like, wonder why it turned out this way.
Oh, bro. Breast milk.
But
No,
okay, so like legit,
breast milk sounds
like what if
extra
this
nasty.
kid is in high school, or I'm going to buy him his first car, and he's like, "Thank you, Daddy." Mwah! Like, is that weird?
No, it's your son.
Really? Huh. Interesting. I don't necessarily know how I feel about it. I'm just like, I guess whenever it starts feeling weird or he wants to stop, that's when we'll stop. But I don't know.
I ain't gonna never stop kissing my child. If you want to kiss me on the lips, then by all means, you want to kiss me on the fucking lips, bro.
Well, you're
Fuck
adorable.
that.
And you're just
No.
a beacon of light for love.
No,
Well, let me
it's
ask
just
you
my
this
sibling.
then.
my
Like,
child.
okay, if you see a girl walking, how do you determine, like, if you can size her up or not? Like, how do you determine the age to see if it's inappropriate? Like, I usually
don't
start
even
with the
know.
ass.
Yeah, but see, think about it with me in my mind. I can't do that anymore. I used to be like, yo, she looked that, but then it'd be like these kids that look amazing now.
I
They
know.
have amazing bodies.
It's crazy.
And then morally, after you find out if they're 16, you're like, oh shit. I was just like looking at a 16-year-old. So that feels weird. So my first step is I don't even be trying to meet people like in the random public.
Not even meet them, but look at them.
I'm just like in the random public. I might look at you if your body's nice, but for the most part, I ain't even trying to meet you and look at you in the random public. Not meet, look at you. You're absolutely correct. But like, if you're in a bar, and we're in a bar somewhere, same age, cool. If you're at the register purchasing your food at the restaurant, I'm gonna think you're at least grown for the most part, because I don't go to restaurants.
But what about
tonight,
walking down the street?
I don't know. It'll take like that's random. I mean, I guess I ain't gonna never say nothing to them. So looking, but if I ever were to find out that they were like 13, it would feel weird.
All right, let me ask you this: if they have a backpack, do you immediately divert, or do you like?
No, yeah, most people have backpacks with kids. I'm not looking at them. Nobody with a backpack.
What about if you're driving around during like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Do you like specifically like zone in on the road?
Yeah, no, I'm not. No, don't even want to see none of y'all kids. I don't even want y'all to catch my eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got an adult body coming off a high school bus. Nope. Don't even want you to catch my eye. Because that's absolutely disgusting.
Mike's looking for barrettes. You're gross. Butterfly clips.
No, man, because some of these girls, some of these kids, man, they're eating their Wheaties, man. It's sad.
I need to start
It's
eating
crazy.
Wheaties. I've been eating I got a donut problem lately. That's what the problem I had. That's why I had to start eating
dropping
eggs.
a new donut today, like cinnamon toast crust donut.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
I got the app, bro, because I'm fat.
I like that. Fat app. They should make that, by the way. Why don't you do that? That could be your big thing, your tech
What?
breakthrough. Just call it what it is. Call it the Fat app, and have like all coupons for any fast food restaurants or whatever the deal of the day is for all these places. Just have it ready to go. Be like, hey, what's your budget? What are you looking for? $5 burger? Go to Wendy's. $4 big box. What's your tacos? Fiesta box over at Del Taco. You know, have a fat app. Or like, what's the best donuts are coming out? And then you could have like different categories. You could be like, ooh, coming soon to Fatland or Fat App or whatever. I like it.
It's a decent idea.
You could work
One
on
of the
it
better ones you've ever come up with.
for the next month and then debut it in June. But let me tell you, this donut issue I had. After I took the kids to donuts for spring break, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about donuts. I don't know how, but I forgot about donuts and how they're delicious. So then there was like a couple days this past week where I was dropping off the kids. I'm like, you know who's going to get donuts today? This guy. But the problem is, I don't go and get like a donut. I get like a half dozen.
Which is economically smart.
Not really. Donuts used to be like 6 for, 50 cents. And then now I'm walking out of there with like $13. I get like a nice coffee and a half dozen donuts.
Yeah, but the one donut would have cost you $3. So you got a half dozen. That takes the price from $3 to $2. Economically, that makes sense. Take your 6 donuts home, bro.
I guess, but I don't know. The last time I went to get donuts, I took it as a little, all right, I get you, universe. I went, got my half dozen. There's only 2, like I just went to a random spot and there was only 2 that I was like, oh, I definitely want these. But I was like, all right, you pick the other 4. Like, give me these 2 and then just whatever else you want. So this fucking guy apparently is looking at me thinking I'm getting too many donuts. He's like, I know you're going to go home and suck these down all by yourself. He shorted me a donut.
Oh, no. Nobody showed me a donut. I would have went back and got my donut.
I'm not going back for here's the thing. They're supposed to throw them out at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he could have given me one of the shit donuts.
Most donut places I know give them to the homeless people, bro.
I was going to say, if you were going to be homeless, wouldn't you just live near a donut shop by the beach? That's the best life ever.
That would be perfect for you if you were homeless.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Or if you just don't like where you're currently living and, want to take a break for a little while.
There you go.
That's always an option. You know what you could always do with those old donuts, by the way, which I figured out? If you get a big coffee mug or even a bowl, put a little bit of milk or milk alternative in there and just do a little bit and kind of it rehydrates it and then also makes it like you just did a dunk. I'm starting to drool right now. But it's like you almost did a dunk, but it stays solidified just enough to where you could eat it with a fork, and then you get the milk donut perfect bite every time. It's almost worth leaving out donuts to get stale. Just saying.
That sounds absolutely disgusting, but have fun with your.
Yeah, that's because you're not a milk guy. You don't understand the ways of the milk, the ways of the cow, the ways of the goat, the ways of the chicken. I don't think they have milk. But I don't think anybody's tried because they're so infatuated with the eggs. I don't know. We're getting off topic here. Oh, speaking of have to do with nothing, 30 Days of Pain is coming up, Mike, and I need your help.
You need my help? What do you need my help with, man?
I need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Because here's the deal. For anybody who doesn't know or anybody who's new, which we've been getting a lot of new traction here, so thank you all for your support. Much obliged. Tip of the cap. Last year in May, I decided to just work out for 30 days straight. That was the only goal I had. I was 30 days of pain. Let's see what we could do. And then I just kind of pushed myself as far as I could. I ended up doing 1,000 push-ups a day and stupid shit like that because I didn't know, I didn't have a routine or a program or anything. I ended up injuring my shoulder on day 2 and had to completely scrap what I was going to do. So I was just doing it just for the sake of doing it. So this year I want to do it again, but have a plan. Now, this being said, the whole point of it is to just do something additional, physical, that you don't normally do. So even if you have a physical physically demanding job, whatever that may be. Like I used to do construction, and the last thing you want to do when you're digging ditches is go work out at a gym. But you know what's great after you dig ditches? Yoga, Pilates, shit like that. Just do something. Go for a walk. If you normally eat dinner and sit down and watch TV, go for a 10-minute walk. That counts. Anything above and beyond counts. But I'm trying to establish what my guidelines or rules or goals are going to be, because I know I could do it. I did it last year, but it was kind of haphazard. And the whole point of 30 Days of Pain is that in May, we have Memorial Day. It's a day of celebration to commemorate the hard work. Everybody has the day off. So this year, Memorial Day actually falls on the 30th. So the way that I'm going to do it is, it's still going to be 30 Days of Pain, but the 30th day, Memorial Day morning, that's the last day. So we're still doing 30 days. The final will be the 30th day in the morning. And then for the rest of the day, it's soak it all in and celebrate your achievements.
Woo-hoo!
But
I'll be at the celebration part.
yeah, well, we're trying to work that out. But yeah, also, it's just one of those things where I didn't realize like how much I could push myself. And then I got to the end and I was like, man, I did really well. I also probably could have gone a little bit more. So I need your help in coming up with some goals. Okay? So why don't we start with the easy one? We were just talking about food. What about diet? Because here's the thing, and not everybody has to do it if you participate. Like, you could just pick one thing, like just do something every day that you don't normally do. That works. I'm going to try and do it aggressively and see if I can completely change my life for 30 days with small adjustments. One of them being lots of exercise every day. I'm going to try and do it twice a day, at least 4 days a week. But then for the second half, I'm going to do it twice a day no matter what. Anyway, we'll get into that. But for diet, like I want to try and adhere to a diet. So I'm going to have, how about I do a do and a don't for each category? Coming up with this on the fly, so bear with me. All right, Mike, help me out. So diet, do and don't. So I'm going to say don't, I can't have ice cream. Oh, maybe I should do, I don't think I can say no to cereal. But maybe that's what it has to be, because it's 30 Days of Pain. What do you think? Do I go harsh? Do I go middle? Do I go...
I don't know how harsh you want to go, but no cereal. What the hell are you going to eat?
reasonable? Well, that's the thing I eat when I get stoned. It's like the perfect... Because I figured out, like, I could eat the same amount of ice cream or cereal. Like, legitimately, the bowl could be the same exact size, and I'll eat the same portion amount, but ice cream is obviously way fucking worse for you. So... I switched to cereal, and the thing with cereal is I could have, 10 different options at my house at all times, so it can go by my mood. With ice cream, it's more like, I'm not going to have 10 different kinds of ice cream, or go drive out, twice a night.
So
if I
you're trying to punish yourself, do no cereal. Go ahead, punish yourself with no cereal, my friend.
I can't believe I'm going to commit to this. All right, no cereal. Fuck. You know who's going to be the most shocked when they hear this? My wife. She's gonna be like, we're gonna save $300 a month in cereal. I'm like, yeah, for 1 month, and then next month in June is gonna be $600. Doubling down on this. I'm gonna go to sleep with Cheerios in my mouth. All right, so what should I do for my diet? What's something that's positive?
Just put yourself on a diet. How about that?
How about I got to make sure
out your diet. Put yourself on a diet. Put yourself on a pescatarian diet.
No.
I don't know. Keto diet.
No. I'm not eating cereal. I'm still gonna do like a high protein, low carb, low sugar diet. Like that's just kind of. I think that's just normal. They just have different versions of it. Like that's pretty much the way to go. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'll say I will make sure that I drink at least a gallon of water a day.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah. So I'll say that. All right. Gallon of water is the do, and the don't is no cereal. Fuck, that's going to be... That, honestly, it's going to sound silly. I think that's going to be the hardest thing for me, even more than like working out and shit. But we'll see.
Working out is not really hard for you, I don't believe. I think you enjoy working out.
I do.
Find the time
All
for
right,
that
so
shit
like
in your busy ass life.
So let's see. Exercise or workout routine. Do and a don't. Do. We're gonna do. Fuck it. I'm just gonna commit to it right now. Twice a day.
Twice a day.
Yes, but
How many days a week?
every single day. It's 30 days of pain, Mike.
Oh,
It's 30 days in a row. But here's the thing.
You're actually going through 60 days of pain.
No, 30 days. But here's the thing: is one of the exercises will either be like walking, jogging, running, rowing machine. What else?
Rowing machines are amazing.
Yoga, Pilates, like something other than
Namaste.
weightlifting. So one will be like weightlifting or more of a strengthening routine, and the other will be more cardio or stretching for 20 minutes. I'm just saying, it's a real thing. That counts. 15, 10, whatever you got, that counts. So I'll do it 2 times a day, and even if one of them's stretching for whatever, that's what it is. All right, don't. What am I not doing on my routine? I don't know. What would be a bad thing about exercising?
You're not half-assing it. I don't know.
Ooh, best effort. Don't mail it in.
Don't cheat the game, baby.
Don't
'cause you ain't
cheat.
cheating
There we go.
nobody, yourself.
Don't cheat yourself. That's what I'm writing down. Don't cheat yourself.
There
Okay.
you go.
Next, let's see. Consistency in routine. I guess we kind of just did both of those things all
You
together.
say you're going to do it twice a day, so that's as consistent as you can get, buddy.
So then we'll say the routine part is, one strength and one something else. And then the don't is don't cheat yourself. So if you show up to the workout, make sure you do the whole thing. Like, don't half-ass it. Don't, because, dude, today I got to, like, I was doing 8 sets. Like, I do 8 individual things. And when I got to, like, 6, I was like, yeah, maybe we could just, cut the last 2 and go for a jog. And then I was like, oh, see? No, you're not allowed to do that. But I do it all the time. But what I did instead was I punished myself, which is the kind of stuff that I will do, is like I punish myself for thinking that. I'm like, okay, you know what you're going to do? You're going to finish this and then you're going to go for a jog, you piece of shit. So that's what I did because I was mad at myself. Okay, wait. I don't really... This is going to sound weird, but I don't really care about my weight, the number, necessarily. Because I've already done the weight loss. So a lot of people don't know, but when I was a fat, drunken slob, I was up to like 230, 237. I'm like 6'2", 6'3", somewhere in there. I don't know.
237. That means I'm a fat ass because I'm like 225 right now, and I ain't 6'2" or 6'3".
Listen, for me, because it was only like I never really worked out ever in my life.
Guns.
You do have big arms and a big nose.
I do have a big snob.
Yeah, so do I. Fucking look at this thing from the side. It looks like a sailboat.
Ooh, look at that.
That's okay. David Spade had a great joke about looking at yourself from the side in his new stand-up special, which was very good.
Amy Wong, or Ali Wong, hers is pretty funny too.
It is.
She talks about his fucking sex, though.
I know.
Thank goodness gracious.
Yeah. It was good, though. I enjoyed it.
It's pretty funny. I've seen it.
But, so anyway, I will
say I'd smack the shit out of her if I was her husband.
Yeah,
That's
she said some shit
day.
I wasn't too keen on, but,
whole nother subject for a whole nother day, because I don't want to spoil it for y'all who ain't seen it. But, she did some fucked up shit about her husband and marriage and that shit. I was like, yo.
Yeah, there was a couple spots where I was like, oh, that one hit me in the dick. But I think that's the point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But anyway, so once I quit drinking, like I started working out before I quit drinking, and it got a little bit better, and then it like really actually was like, okay, quit drinking, then you're gonna lose some weight. Then I started working out last year, and then it got down. So I ended up like the lowest I got was like 178 or something like that, 176. Like I lost 50 plus pounds. And then I was like, okay, like my number in my head was like 200. Like just don't go over 200 because I've always been a real like fairly slender dude growing up. Like no muscles, but I look like olive oil. You know what I mean? And then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So I don't necessarily care about a number for weight. I think generally my fighting weight would be like 185 if I was in like tip-top shape. So we'll see about that. I did weigh myself today just for the sake of argument, just to see if we did anything with it, and I was 193. So, like, that's pretty comfortable for me. But if I'm in, like, shape, then I'll probably be at, like, 185. So maybe that will be my goal, is to land somewhere around 185. All right, then.
185.
That's
where I used to be stuck at, and I used to hate it because I used to always try to get to 200. Now my fat ass 225.
That's really not bad, dude. All right. What am I not doing with weight? Don't go under 140 like Christian Bale. I don't know. Don't go over 200. That's my goal.
Don't be unhealthy with the loss, man.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Don't be unhealthy with the loss. All right. Don't be unhealthy. Okay, Mike, I like that. That's why you're here with me, because I'd be like, wait, don't ever stop trying.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? I don't think so. Body structure? Do I care what I look like? Kind of not really, but it's kind of fun to fuck with
if you
the way
work
you
out
look.
and do push-ups and shit, you'll look jacked anyway. You don't got to care about it. You'll be jacked, my dude.
Body structure. How about... My wife's always liked tight end bodies. Maybe I'll try out for the fucking, not the Niners, but
definitely not the Niners. You can try out for the Rams though. Their tight end situation is trash.
All right, I'll try out for the Rams as a tight end. So why don't we just jump
got
right into this
covered,
NFL
though.
draft? But anyway, 30 days of pain. We'll circle back to that at the end and fucking give you some guidelines just to help you out if you want to do it. But let's, speaking of the Rams, jump into the NFL. So we got the draft. As this comes out, the 2022 draft, NFL draft, is on like Donkey Kong. What's your initial or like overall feeling of this draft? I'll let you say it in your own words instead of guiding me.
I don't know. It's gonna be a weird draft
How so?
because there's no consensus on no one, and you know most drafts the quarterbacks really control the draft because it's all the people who need quarterbacks trying to position themselves to get quarterbacks because quarterback is the number one thing to have. But this draft isn't that. Like nobody really, like there's nobody trying to go move for the quarterback, so it's leaving everybody in their spots. And some of these people don't even really want to be at these spots. A lot of Panthers, they would love to probably trade back, but they don't got no partners. You know what I mean? So just a weird draft in that way. And if this guy from Georgia goes number one, then it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Everything is all over the place. Like, you just care about it nowhere and you're going to get the number one pick? But shit. I don't know. It's just weird.
So
What the hell? And then the 49ers, they don't know what they're going to do because of Debo. Like, they got to try to figure that shit out. Lynch is like, I'm not giving Debo away. Debo's like, he don't want to play. I think if you hold out, he's not going to sit the season out. I don't think he's that type of guy. So I think 49ers would win in the end. But then they would just be stuck franchising him every year because he doesn't want to technically be there. I don't know why he don't want to be there, though. Like,
probably the quarterback situation.
And people haven't been saying that, but I low key think that's the situation.
How is it low key? That's got to be like, bro. That's got to be at the forefront of his mind. He's like, did you see what I did last year? Like, I'm not wasting, like, he probably legitimately has 1 to 2 more years of what he did last year, and then he's got to kind of pull it back on the running for sure. You know, like, he's not going to be able to sustain that. He's probably like, I'm not wasting my best 2 years. Like, no, 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 no. We're not doing this. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Trade me to Denver.
Let me play with Russ. Let Russ cook.
Do you imagine those two maniacs running around the backfield? And then they re-signed Melvin Gordon just for a year, just as
Yeah,
low
but he's not
insurance.
gonna play much. The young guy's better.
Yeah, but that's just his insurance, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
So, all right. So let me ask you
Yeah.
a couple of things about the draft here. So, who do you think is going number one? The kid from Georgia, or
Yeah. I
okay?
think
So
the kid
then,
from Georgia.
so then you think Hutchinson from Michigan goes 2 to the
2.
Lions, and then what happens at 3 with the Texans? Because
I
that's
think
where
they're gonna
shit
go-
just goes BANANAS.
I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go Evan Neal. I would go Sauce Gardner. Just my personal.
Dude, did you know that what's the other kid's name that's like leapfrogging him? Shigley?
Derek Stingley.
Stingley, yeah. Thank you, God. I got so many names floating through my head, I can't keep them straight. Singletary, Stingley, all these things. So I went on my little wagering website, and Sauce isn't even on the odds to be in the top 10. Because I went to go, I was like, oh, okay, with all this mix-up, let me go see. Maybe you could get a decent play on him, decent odds to go in the top 10. He's not even on the list.
It's because they don't want to lose their damn money to go in the top 10. Because Sauce is top 10 for sure.
All right, so let me ask you this. How many wide receivers do you think? The over-under for the first round is 6.5. I think there's going to be 6. I'm going under.
I'm going over.
You're going over?
Yeah.
You think Pickens is going to make his way into the first 15,
No.
20?
No. Pickens probably is going to be a second rounder, but so it'll be Garrett Wilson, Olave, Burks, Johan Dotson,
Uh-huh.
which is 4.
Let me pull up the wide receivers right now. Dun, 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 dun. Positions. Best available. Do. Okay, so you got Wilson, Drake London, Jameson Williams.
Oh, that's what I forgot. And then those two, Drake London and Jameson Williams, push you at 6. And then Christian Watson is going to be set. Actually,
North Dakota State, bruh.
Christian Watson ran I don't care what school he played at. He ran a 4.3, a sub 4.4 at 6'2", bro. He's going in the first round, my guy. I'll tell you this, he won't get past 24. 4 to 24, and he'll be a Cowboy with sub 4.4 speed to play alongside Lamb. But I think he's gonna go to the Packers 2 picks before us. I think the Packers gonna take Christian Watson at 22.
Okay.
Because he ain't passing 24. That's 7 right there. And I think the boy that I think Kansas City's gonna take the boy that they like from like Central Michigan, Sky Moore. I think they might get 8. Because I think they're locked in on that guy because he's a semi Tyreek Hill clone.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let me ask you. We got a few bets here. Let me ask you. What do you think? Will there be a trade in the top 10 picks?
I believe 10 is going to get traded.
Okay.
I believe 10 is going to get traded, but 6 can get traded if Thibodeau falls. Someone will trade up. I think someone would trade up to get Thibodeau if he's at 6.
100%.
Because I know the Panthers won out anyway. They just looking for a partner. If Thibodeau's on the board, I'm kind of thinking someone's going to move up and get him.
All right. How many total trades do you think there will be in round 1? Over,
Probably
under
3.
The over under 3.5. So you think under?
Under.
I'm gonna say over. I think there's too many people with too many picks, like that are bunched together, and people are gonna package stuff, especially with just like Baker's out there. These wide receivers are holding out. Like there's too many
I don't think Baker's gonna
actual.
get traded because everyone.
I don't think he will either. I'm just
quarterbacks
saying.
like that rarely get traded. It's like an Amari Cooper situation when the whole world knows. Like Amari's definitely worth more than a 6th round pick, when the whole world knows you're either going to end up being cut anyway, they just hold out.
Yeah.
Like it's smart business. So that's why I don't think he'll get traded. If they would have tried to trade him before the Watson shit, instead of lying to the man's face, telling him that he's going to be their quarterback and just doing the right way, they could have got shit for him. Maybe not a king's ransom, but they probably could have got a third or a fourth, or a third that turns into 2, or a four that turns into 3, depending on playing time, easily for Baker, because he only makes $19 million. People will happily pay $19 million. The Redskins are about to pay Carson Wentz $28 million. If you can get Baker for 19, you take it. But they don't want to have to pay 19 and give up picks. Nope. Wait till he's free.
Baker Mayfield and Isaiah Thomas should just start like their own club. And just add in like people that just get fucked over by their GMs.
They
like
didn't really get fucked.
I know. I'm just saying, like, kind of like, hey, you're our guy, you're our guy. You're not really our guy.
Not you. A lot of people have been saying it that he did. It's just a simple fact. Like, bro.
Listen, he lost his job because he wasn't good, not because he was injured.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you lost your job because you were not good, and they got somebody better. The way they did it was kind of fucked up, though.
All right, so one more bet for the draft. Let me ask you about this.
Excuse me.
I thought this one was interesting. More first-round picks. The Big Ten, but they have to take one out, deduct one, or Bama and Georgia combined, and they get to add one.
First-round picks.
First-round picks, yeah. So if the Big Ten had 10, they'd really have 9, and if Bama and Georgia had 9, they'd really have 10.
I'm taking the Big Ten.
You think so? With all the linemen and
Bama don't got that many
backs?
first-round picks that's going out. They got Neal, they got James Williams.
But it's
James
pretty
Williams.
much like theirs are guaranteed. Like the people you know that are coming out in the first round. Like you
it's
have
those two, and then Georgia has
There's like 5.
Jordan Davis, Wyatt, the number 1 pick guy. Jordan Davis, Wyatt, the number 1 pick guy. Nakobe Dean can go first round, but I also seen him mock to go second.
Yeah, so let's say 5. Yeah, so that's 5.
And then
like almost
Lewis
guaranteed.
who is 7, who's a safety who could sneak into the first. So that'd be 7 of them combined, so they get to go to +8. I still think Big Ten would beat that. The entire Big Ten.
Yeah, but you got a couple like, you got Liberty, you got North Dakota State, you got these like Western, you got these outliers where they're going to have these ones and like, those randoms are going to take up 5, maybe 6 picks in the first round. There's not a whole lot left. And there's I know the SEC is not great outside of those 2 teams, but they got players. ACC's got a couple of guys.
Ohio State's got the 2 receivers.
Big 12,
Jahan Dotson from Penn State. Then you got
you got the Langdon from USC. You got a couple
No, USC is packed. Then you got Agent Hutchinson. That's 4.
No. Oh, you're talking about guys that are getting drafted. I was talking about removing picks out of the situation. So if you're at 7,
Daxton Hill.
I'm just saying there's not going to be a whole lot of options left for the Big Ten to fulfill that role.
I don't know. Bama might win. That's tough. That's a tough one.
That one was interesting.
I might go Bama and Georgia.
Yeah, you talked yourself out of it the other way.
No, I just did the count from people I know off the top of my head that I see as first round picks based on all the draft crap I've been watching.
All right. Well, that's enough of the NBA draft. We'll watch that and see how that all shakes out. My boy Kyle.
That's the NFL draft, by the way, but go ahead.
What did I say?
NBA draft too.
NBA playoffs, because that's where my brain was going next. So, the Warriors, as of today, which is the 27th, Wednesday, we're recording prior to games, or they're on right now. But Golden State is the favorite to win, 3-1. They leapfrogged fucking everybody.
As they should, because Phoenix is hurt.
Yeah. So Celtics are.
They're not coming out the West. Just so you know, if you want to win some money, listen, people. Anybody who's listening to this,
they're 16-1. By the way, they're 16-1 right now.
Who?
Go ahead, say it.
The Dallas Mavericks, my friend. Get on the Luca bandwagon and get on it now. I'm telling you, my guys,
It's not gonna
that
happen.
is that they're going to the finals.
No. Well,
The Dallas Mavericks are going to the NBA finals. You can quote me right now. I said it first. If you can get money making them making to the NBA finals right now, whatever the odds are, go take it. Luca.
Luca was acting kind of like a bitch the other day when I was watching. He was just
Luca's
like,
pulling a LeBron, man. He's taking his sorry team to the NBA finals. I'm not saying he's gonna win it. He's taking them to the finals. This is the year. It's the Luca year. The Booker injury has made it the Luca year, baby. I think they can beat Phoenix with Booker, but if Booker's not there, they don't stand a chance, buddy.
yeah.
Mavericks would dominate with no Booker.
All right. So who do you think wins then? Because the
Well,
Celtics
I
are
think-
just behind Golden State. Because Golden State's at plus 300 and the Celtics are at plus 310. So
Who do I think wins the championship?
Yeah.
I think it's a repeat. I'm not gonna lie. He's the best player in the world right now. I'm not gonna take anything away from that man until I see somebody take it out of his hands.
So the Bucks
think
are
it's
at
gonna
like
be-
6-1.
I think it's gonna be number one versus number two players in the league for the championship. Yes, I'm calling Luka Doncic the second best player in the NBA. That's what I just did. That's
Why?
what
Because
just happened.
KD, Trey 5, kind of wet the
KD,
bed. What happened to Durantula?
He more than wet the bed.
What happened to Durantula, bro? Bring him
What
back.
happened to Durantula? What happened to Easy Money Sniper? What happened to all these nicknames he got? I don't know what happened. But that guy shit his pants in that series. He didn't show up at all. He didn't show his damn face. He played like a fucking punk ass. I don't know what happened to the KD I know and love. And I'm a fan. So if he ever heard this, I don't even want him to think I hate him or nothing like that because I don't. I'm a fan of the guy. Like, I am a KD supporter. I argue for him against my friends, which is why I'm so angry about it. Because I just was talking so much shit like they were going to just get busy.
I know. I was the brunt of some of that, and I just kept telling you.
Look at him. He just didn't show up at all, averaging fucking 19 points in the series. Oh, my goodness.
Well, yeah, but everybody was infatuated because he remembered to take his foot back behind the line. Do you know how much coverage him like looking down at the line to take a three-pointer from the side and like stepping back, and they're showing footage from last year when he didn't and he stepped on the line for the three-pointer, and that it's like, oh my gosh, dude, why don't you focus on the game that they lost in the series instead of all the like it's amazing what gets focused on. But yeah, anyway, it was I mean, I'm not all that thoroughly shocked, but you were beefing him up like nobody stood a chance. And it turns out it was them that didn't stand a chance.
I literally thought he was that guy. I'm not going to lie. I fooled myself, and that's on me.
Well, speaking of fooling yourself, before we move on though, the Micah Parsons drop was fucking hilarious. They were like, "Hey, Micah Parsons, you football player stud, go walk out, be the honorary person, go drop this hockey puck." And my dude walked out on the ice on the red carpet. He walked up to his spot, he dropped the puck and stood there. And then they're like, the two hockey players skated up, and then one of them like picked it up and handed it to him like, we got to do a whole thing here. I love it when they like cross over sports. Like, this dude's entire life has been football and nothing else. He's not thinking about anything else. You think he knows what happens at a hockey game? Come on, give this dude a break. Like, prep him. Tell him what's gonna happen.
And that's the whole thing. Like, how the hell was he not prepped for that shit? To go out there and look like a complete fool. I would be angry at them for not prepping me for this shit.
I know. I'd have been like, I'm not fucking dropping that again. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And by the way, it was at like a minor league hockey game. It wasn't even at like.
Oh, that's probably why he wasn't worried about being embarrassed. He's probably thinking, ain't nobody gonna see this shit.
No, it still ended up all over SportsCenter.
All over the internet. Because the internet is undefeated, my friend.
Yeah, that's true. So what are you watching besides the draft, mock drafts? I know what you'll be watching the next few days, but what have you been watching? Anything new? I did catch the ultimatum a little bit.
Oh, I just been catching up on my old shit that I've been missing because I ain't been able to watch. So the new All-American Homecoming shit, then the old All-American, then a little bit of Snowfall, a little bit of What the hell am I going? Oh, I even watched the episode of Tommy Power, bro. So yeah, I'm just watching a variety of shit. Oh, and Master Chef Junior, because Master Chef is my shit.
I don't like this junior situation, but I'm down with Master Chef. I was like hit and miss on it for a little bit, but only because it's just very repetitive.
Oh, the kids are so cute, man.
I have kids. I ain't watching kids on TV. Like I'm not. No, that's me paying to watch children. That's it. Like that's like self-induced torture. That's stupid. I hate it. And they all got to be nice. Here's the thing. The reason why I don't like these kids on reality, like, competitive shows, because they're too fucking nice to them. They're not real. Like, this thing is inedible. What the fuck are you doing to me? Like, they talk to them like you talk to adults. Like, give me the German version of this show. I'll watch the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Have these kids all...
I be wanting them to be a little bit more mean to the kids.
Have them be on Little Brother. Have them put all these kids in a schoolyard and no adults and see what happens when kids start getting real and stop being nice or whatever they say.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of fighting going on, player.
Oh man. What did I... Oh! So, I did start watching Slow Horses. I think I mentioned that. And then it got interesting and then I started falling asleep. I'm now caught up. It really ramped up. Like the first 2 episodes, I'm like, okay, like this is interesting, but I'm kind of... Like I was still a little bit on the fence because I'm like, how are some of these people supposed to be spies? They're really fucking stupid. Like it was hard for me to get past that. But the good news is after like the first couple episodes, they kind of bang those characters out of the main plot line, and it's like they had to use them to accelerate the story, but they're not a whole lot of dialogue involved with them and stuff. So it's like, oh, okay. You just use them as a facilitator, but that's it. So now the only problem is it's a weekly release show. So there's been 5 episodes and it comes out every Friday on Apple TV. And I'm like, shit, I'm actually like looking forward to like, I know what I'm doing Friday night. Slow Horses is good. If you're into that like spy, espionage, like, you know, government against its own government type of stuff, like it's interesting. And Gary Oldman's just, he's the man. Like, everything he's in is good. Forgot he was Commissioner Gordon in the best Batman series. Like, this dude is just... I mean, I know that was, like, an insignificant role in Gary Oldman's illustrious career, but still. And then I also watched the first episode of We Own the City. Have you heard of this? I'm sure you have.
No. Oh, no, I have heard of that. That's the show with a couple of people from The Wire in
The
it.
producers of The Wire. I don't know which producers, but I was... excited. I'm like, okay, I'm in on this. And then I go to watch it and I was like, limited series? I'm like, oh, it's only 6 episodes. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Oh, they're trying to get a feel.
So I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Well, are you going to tell a 6 episode story or are you going to tell 6 episodes worth of story and then maybe finish it later? Like, now I'm a little skeptical because I don't want to invest myself. And then they go, well, like not enough people turned in. So I want to know how it was written. Was it written as an individual thing or as a larger piece or both?
They definitely wrote it as a longer thing. But
I hope so.
HBO probably told them, you're too much trying to be The Wire again. Let's see what 6 episodes does.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty good. It's the first episode ends on a note where you're like, okay, I got to see what happens to this fucking kook. So that part of it's pretty, it grabs you. And like you said, it's, you know, a couple producers from The Wire, so they get the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'll see this thing through a little bit.
They definitely get the benefit of the doubt.
You know? So anyway, that's what I'm on with that. And then the last thing that I'm watching is, I don't know when this season of Billions wrapped up originally, season 6. I don't think it was too long ago, but then again, I have no idea because we watch them on demand on the app or whatever. But I will say season 6 of Billions is one of my top 5 seasons of television that I've ever watched. And I've got 2 episodes left. It is
It's that
phenomenal.
good.
It is so fucking good. Like it just like I don't it takes a lot for me to get excited. I get really happy, I get really energetic, I get really animated really easily, but it takes a lot for me to get excited. Like the anticipation of watching the final 2 episodes makes my balls tingle. Like that's how I know I'm excited. Like I am ready. That's my go-to feeling. Like when my balls tingle, something good's about to happen. You know what I mean? So anyway, I've got 2 episodes left. It's just this season is such a fast-paced, witty, like it's not too hard to follow, but it can be if you're not paying attention. And if you miss something, usually they'll clean it up later. Sometimes you can just follow straight along if everything's grooving. Sometimes it's difficult to because there's a lot of red herrings or, you know, even just they purposely put things in motion that they don't complete because they know that they're gonna zag, but you don't yet. It's very, very well done. The writing is just incredible, and the cast is just they've gotten better as it's gone on. Like they tried some stuff in the middle couple of seasons, like season 4 or 5. We always usually say that usually one of those are kind of like what are you doing here? For Billions, it was season 4 that was kind of like, okay, that was kind of a waste. But they figured out some characters, they introduced new people, they got rid of people, they brought some back, and then now they've got an incredible cast, and it's just so fresh and so it's good.
So fresh and so clean.
It is.
Ain't nobody don't bear me. I'm just.
And I think one of the reasons why I like it is because in the beginning, for the longest time, it was about billions. You know, it was about money and how we're gonna make money and cut corners and government and this and that. And now it's more focused on the billionaire himself, one dude in particular, Mike Prince, and the billionaire mentality. So it's like you don't have to follow the numbers as much as you did before, which I loved anyway, because I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. But I'm also a math nerd. So it was like, now it's more concentrating on the character of a billionaire and like not just how they make money. That's like a side piece. That's like a little we can dip in that well if we need to type of a deal now. So anyway, I highly recommend it, but it's season 6.
I heard
so
a lot of good things about it, but I have never watched it. I would have to actually get started.
that's a good one over like, you know, over summer. Like if there's just some downtime and it's like, oh, everything's kind of chill right now. We're not really doing anything. It's hot or the weather sucks.
Maybe I'll try doing my usual Wire time because I usually watch The Wire every summer. So maybe I'll give Billions a run this summer.
Oh, there you go. I don't know. You still haven't seen the Ray Donovan movie, so I can't trust anything you do.
I still haven't seen the Ray Donovan movie. You're right. Ray Donovan movie, though, I have to sit down and watch it because I can't disrespect the Ray Donovan movie. Like, I watch all of the seasons. I'm a Ray Donovan fan. I'm not some fair weather, just random dude watching the Ray Donovan movie. I am a Ray Donovan fan, so I'm going to give it its proper just due when I do watch it.
Hey, you know what's funny is I forget who I was talking to, but I had a similar conversation recently with, like, some classics that I haven't seen. Like, you know, you and I don't watch what normal people watch. We never have. That's fine. But there's some that I'm like, no, that's on my list. And, you know, it's like, oh, you got to see it. And I'm like, no. I'm not. You don't have to convince me. I want to see it. I do. But I've waited this long. I'd rather be in the mood for it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I don't need to rush to see it just so I can be like, guess what? That thing that you love so much, I kind of didn't like it because of you.
Exactly.
You know, like, I don't need to be doing that to people. Because I'm the asshole that'll say it. Not because I want to hurt your feelings, because I can't help it. I'll be like, you want my opinion? I would have liked it better if you let me watch it when I felt like it. So that being said, go see the Ray Donovan movie. We'll review it next week. Just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll review it next week. I'm going to find time this week
I'm
to watch
kidding,
it.
fucker.
No, I am going to find time. I don't have none. The Bulls are about to be eliminated, so
That's true.
I'll have plenty of time to watch
Bro,
it.
it's going to be NFL all day, every day for the next week. So
No, just once the draft is over, I'm over it, man. They can't do nothing for me.
yeah, but usually there's a couple day shakeout. There's some stuff left in the wake. People cleaning up some trades, cutting people. You know, there's some stuff.
Yeah, but this
You like to have your finger on the pulse.
But this weekend will be fun. A whole weekend of drafting, seeing football highlights and people making millions of dollars. It should be exciting.
It is a lot of fun. I can't wait. So while you're watching the draft, why don't you throw on the Spotify playlist of the week? This week it's Pusha T and Black Sabbath.
Okay, when it comes to Pusha T, I need y'all to listen. I don't need you to hear it. Okay, you see, those are two different things. You're gonna be listening to Pusha T in the playlist, Spotify playlist. Please just listen. Don't hear. Because when you start to hear, Pusha T can make you want to turn into a drug dealer in the 80s. So make sure you listen. It goes one in one ear, out the other. You enjoy the music, the lyrics for what they are, and you keep going. Do not start to hear it and it actually resonate with you, because you might think you can become a drug dealer and get rich. Because sometimes he makes me believe that's the right thing to do.
That's like the effect that Gone in 60 Seconds had on white people. Everybody thought they could steal cars. So speaking of which, the reason why we got Pusha T and Black Sabbath this week is because you and I were going back and forth on like who we're currently listening to or who our current favorite rappers and hip hop artists or whatever. And I had just kind of said like, well, mine is kind of a mix of old and new, just because when I exercise, like I'm going to listen to whatever's getting me going. So do you remember your top 5? Because I want to give you a chance to, adjust
top 5
it.
People I listen to right now, bro. Like,
Yeah. No, it's right now. But your influence, you're half of this, brother. So, all right, Pusha T was on the list, and I threw that in, and I was like, oh yeah. I know what would go good with this, and I felt like a little Black Sabbath was good, and it turns out nice mix. So. But who else would be on your list? Who are the other 4 right now?
Well, who did I put? Kodak.
So you put Kodak Black, Rod Wave,
yeah,
Pusha T.
Pusha T. Lil Baby's number 1. I forget who else I put on there, though.
Pooh Shiesty was number 2. But
Pooh
then you
Shiesty.
said...
My man's locked up, though. But yeah, Pooh Shiesty's album still gets banged in the whip.
All right. Because I said that mine currently was Big Crit, Drake, and you said that you had left Drake off your list.
I did leave Drake off my list, but his last album was more of a singing album. Wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so that's why you got left off. And then also for me, J. Cole, Big Daddy Kane, because he's always on the list, and then A Tribe Called Quest. Because my nephew was like, I saw him at Christmas time. He's like, dude, have you heard like, Tribe came out with this album like a couple years ago, but it like went under the radar. I'm like, no, actually, no, I haven't. And then I threw it in not too long ago, and then I saw him recently. I'm like, yeah, fucking Tribe bangs, dude. Like, it's good workout music.
Yeah, it's been a while since I listened to the Tribe, bro. When you said that, I went and pulled up their album and downloaded it. I was like, man, I ain't listened to the Tribe in a while.
Oh, they're always good. Always good. All right, well, we're getting ready to wrap for this week, but 30 Days of Pain, it's a real thing. So, that's what I was... I don't even want to do it, but I told myself I was going to. I'm going to try... The thing that pains me the most is social media. I know I'm not supposed to say I don't like it, but I really don't. I don't like posting. If you notice, like if I'm not in the mood, I won't even post trailers of this because I'm like, I honestly don't ever want to be disingenuous when I'm on social media, because I know that it's usually like it's a projection a lot of times, and I don't want that to ever be the case unless that's the goal. Like this 30 Days of Pain, it's a projection, it's a goal. So yeah, that's going to be going out there on something that I don't have genuine feelings about yet, but I try and keep it tight to what's true. That being said, if I'm doing something every day that's uncomfortable for me, like you said, like exercising isn't that uncomfortable for me. I enjoy it. It is uncomfortable for me to be on social media, so I'm going to commit to being on social media every day for at least 15 minutes. That will include my posting time of whatever I'm doing or whatever. I know most people have the opposite problem. They set timers like you can't go on for longer. I'm like, I'm going to actively engage in social media for a month. Such a fucking maniac. Anyway,
Hey,
so I'm going to do that. I'm going to be
set
working
the
out.
parameters and you did what you had to do, bro.
So I take it back. Cereal isn't going to be the hardest thing because I committed myself. So, gallon of water a day, no cereal for the month of May. Workout twice a day, one of them cardio or stretching or yoga of some sort, and the other one strength training, and not cheating myself. And if you're following along, don't cheat yourself. If you show up for the workout, do it to the best of your ability for as long as you're there. It's a drop in the bucket for the time of your day, if you think about it. And listen, I know a lot of people are like, well, listen, you fucking dick. You don't have shit to do all day except for talk about pissing on yourself. Whatever you can do. It doesn't matter the time, as long as it's extra above and beyond. You put your own limitations on yours. I'm just telling you mine so that it's documented, and I'll follow through with it. And yeah, that's about it. I don't care about the other shit. So, join me for 30 Days of Pain if you want. Mike, are you going to try and do a little something extra each day? You don't have to do it twice a day. Just do something once a day.
We'll
Do
see
something.
what life throws at us.
I have a good starting point for you. Okay? This is a good starting point for anybody. Every time you go to the bathroom, a friend taught me this back in the day. Every time you go into the bathroom, do 10 push-ups, like up against the countertop. Like, you got to wash your hands. Just do it up against the sink or the countertop. 10 countertop push-ups. Start there. Next thing you know, you'll have 50, 60, 80 push-ups in a day, even though they're not all the way on the ground. You'll feel it, and then you're good to go. So try it. 30 Days of Pain. Pusha T,
30 days
Black
of
Sabbath,
pain, baby.
Mike Crawford, Brendan McCorkle, 69. It's in the books. Everybody have a great week. I love you, Mike. Be good to each other.
Love you too, my guy. Y'all be easy.
Be easy. Peace.